As we finish off the current Fortnite season with the 0 point destabilizing and building up to a huge event that we'll get to play through at the start of Chapter 2 Season 6 called the Zero Crisis Finale, you need to watch this video to fully understand what is going on as we specifically focus on two huge mysteries in the world of Fortnite, the cube and the 0 point. By the end of this video, I hope you understand it even better. If you're watching right now, do smash that thumbs up button for the next 5 seconds. Let's see how many likes we can get in this video. If you're excited for the next Fortnite season, whilst you're down there, hit subscribe as well. Turn notifications on. Everything new is released here on the channel, so you're always up to date with everything Fortnite. We'll be focusing first on the cube and then moving on to the 0 point to better understand Fortnite in its entirety. So much is going on, things can get confusing, and by the end of this video, I hope you understand it better. Don't forget, spend a few seconds, pop code ALIA into the Fortnite item store just like these guys with the Battle Pass coming out in the new season. Now is the time to enter a code more than ever. You can get a shout out in front of loads of people. Thank you guys so much, and I'll do more shout outs at the end as well. So, first of all, focusing on the cube. It arrived on the Fortnite Island all the way back in Chapter 1, entering through a rift and forming on top of a mountain in the desert. The story of the cube is so interesting. There's still so much information and secrets surrounding the cube which still link into Fortnite to this day. And the connection between the cube and the 0 point is what we'll be explaining. As the cube entered the map, it seemed to make random movements around the Fortnite world until it decided to focus on and end up in Loot Lake. Now that is very specific, it is very important, and was definitely done on purpose. Throughout its journey, it dropped loads of cube markings that we know and seen before on the side of the cube itself. Now the journey that the cube made isn't as important as the fact that it purposely ended up in Loot Lake. When it arrived at the lake, everyone called it the infection or the corruption of Loot Lake, and that is very much what it was. There was a reason the cube was going towards Loot Lake, and I'll explain that a little bit more in a minute. Shown throughout many loading screens whilst the cube was on the island, we can see skins such as the Bright Bomber going up to the cube, looking at it and seeing a reflection of an evil version of itself. We saw, for example, the Dark Bomber looking back at the Bright Bomber. The cube would go ahead and attack you back if you dared challenge it and shoot at it. It would push you away if you tried to jump on it. This thing had a lot of power inside it. After the cube made its way to Loot Lake, corrupted the lake, it ended up getting forced out of the lake and brought up the island in the center with it. We also saw the introduction of zombies to the map. These evil creatures brought to the map for the very first time thanks to the shards of the cubes that were left around the map with it. The tying of something as evil and as scary as the zombies with the cube is no mistake. The ultimate finale, or should we say the removal of the cube from the island, ended up with the breaking down of the cube as it started to become more unstable in a very similar fashion to how the 0 point now on the Fortnite map is also becoming unstable. In a live event that saw the cube ultimately explode and us teleport into a weird, mysterious area where there appeared to be multiple 0 points floating around us, we came back to the island and it appeared to be cleansed with a rainbow in the sky. The cube was gone and removed from the island, and it was as if the 0 point itself cleansed the island of the cube. What we can gather from all of this is that the cube is representing an evil or bad energy. It is almost the opposite to the 0 point, with the 0 point holding a load of good energy, you can say, and the cube holding all of this evil energy. It brought zombies to the map. It tried to corrupt Loot Lake. As I said earlier, it ended up in Loot Lake for a very specific reason. It was trying to target the 0 point. I believe that the cube actually wanted to go ahead and consume the 0 point's power, take it for itself, become even stronger, and this is a repeating story within Fortnite. We have seen the cube head towards Loot Lake as the 0 point has always sat there in the middle of the map. We have seen in the Monster vs. Robot event the monster try and get the 0 point and use it for itself as well. And of course the most recent one, Galactus, flying across many galaxies just to try and harness the 0 point's power for himself. The draw of the 0 point to be used for evil reasons is very, very strong. Now you could even go a step further and say that the coloring of purple is used throughout the Fortnite storytelling as a color to represent evil and bad energy. Not everything purple, but a lot of the big things. For example, the storm in the sky has always been purple. If you go into the storm, it's purple, and obviously it hurts you. It's not a good place to be. If you remember the Storm King, that was an event that we could access in Battle Royale and was also the finale to the Save the World portion of Fortnite as well. The Storm King is obviously purple. It's built up of the storm, and when you actually defeated the Storm King in Save the World version of Fortnite, all that was left was the reminiscence of the cube. The cube seems to be this all-evil thing that is powering everything from the storm to evil zombies, and I don't think that the story of the cube is over, as I will explain later in this video. Now, moving over to the 0 point. The 0 point always existed on the original Chapter 1 map, sitting under Loot Lake, just doing its thing. What thing is it doing? I'll explain that in a little bit. References to a 0 point backdate as early as Chapter 1, Season 4, during the Rocket Live event, where a voice in the event can be heard referencing very specifically the 0 point. The 0 point goes on to be an important part of Chapter 1, continues to be an important part of Chapter 2, and no doubt will be an important part of Fortnite's in-depth story and for the future of Fortnite as well. As I said earlier, the 0 point was seen with multiple versions of the 0 point in the Butterfly event when the cube exploded and we went into this in-between space. The 0 point was also, of course, in the Robot vs. Monster event, used to actually destroy the monster before going unstable. The power of the 0 point was also used to power Neo Tilted and could be seen very clearly in the Unvaulting event where we went inside to go ahead and unvault a weapon into the game. We saw the 0 point again in the Galactus event when we were fighting Galactus and loads of our battle buses flew into him. Let's not forget that there were a lot of 0 points, not one but multiple 0 points all over the place as we revisited the in-between to take down Galactus himself. Now, the 0 point, I believe, represents the ultimate energy source. You could call it good energy to counteract the cube's evil energy, and it is ultimately used to power everything on the island and is the reason that Fortnite Island exists. It can create rifts, it can close rifts, it links everything together. And I say everything, and I say island with an S at the end, because I believe that the island we're on at the moment and the island that we're on in Chapter 1, they are just different instances of Fortnite Islands, and there are unlimited Fortnite Islands in the whole of the universe in Fortnite. It's the reason we see so many 0 points when we do go into the in-between in the off occasion during live events. Each of those 0 points represents an island, represents a place where Fortnite has a slight variance to it. It's like a different planet, for example. There's infinite number of planets and stars in the universe, and a little bit like how we get the energy from our sun for our planet, the Fortnite Island gets its energy from the 0 points. But what does that mean for the current state of the Fortnite Island? Currently, the 0 point is turning purple. This is huge. Even in the blog post letting us know about that solo experience, that live event we'll experience when we play Fortnite for the first time next Tuesday in Season 6, clearly shows the 0 point very, very purple. And hopefully, if you've learned anything from this video and my theories are correct, purple represents that evil energy, that bad energy, or straight up Kevin the Cube. I think we could potentially see the opposite of last chapter. In the last chapter, we saw the cube break down and be destroyed by the 0 point, freeing the island of the cube's evil powers. I think this time, because the 0 point is so weak from how much it's been used to transport so many people into the island, I think the 0 point lets the evil cube energy back into the map because it's too weak to hold it off. We've been saying for ages now, we know that the first chapter mimics the second chapter in its themes, and the first chapter in Season 6 had the theme Darkness Arises, all about the cube, and I believe that we're going to get another dark theme again, seeing that dark energy, seeing Kevin the Cube brought into the Chapter 2 island for the very first time, whilst the 0 point is unable to hold it off. Now, this visual representation of the 0 point turning into the cube isn't what I think will happen. We know that they're different things completely, but it's a cool visual from Half Heart on Twitter. It isn't real. He was just joking around and created this himself, but it does look awesome. I like it a lot. And I believe that throughout the next season, it'll be better explained how important the 0 point is, how important it is to the structure of all of these multiple Fortnite islands and universes, and how actually the 0 point connects to beyond just Fortnite islands and to other universes like video games, even real life, comic books, you name it. That is my prediction for the next Fortnite season and for the deeper answers as to what's going on in the Fortnite world. Oh, I feel like a Fortnite professor sitting down, teaching his students. I just hope that everything that I've told you guys is accurate. It is my opinions, it is my thoughts, and it is information that I've gathered together to share with you guys. What do you think? Have you got any additional information? Do you agree? Do you disagree? We've only got a few days and the rest of next season to see how accurate my predictions are. Thank you again for everyone popping in code Ali. It just takes a few seconds. Put it in there now for a shout out in my videos, and we're just a few days away from the next season. More videos on screen here, including more Season 6 info. Click your favorite to keep on watching. I'll see you over there.